I'm here with,
Miss Grin,
and she teaches.
AP World History and United States History. I had to think about it for a second. I've taught many things.
Why did you decide to choose history as your class to teach?
So I've always loved history. Even when I was a kid, I used to read all of those different, like, you guys probably don't know, but like the Dear America books. The millennials will know what I'm talking about. But just anything historical, like, always used to interest me. I would get into like very niche subjects, and I decided to major in history in college, and I just kind of ran with it. Something I'm very passionate about, and I think everyone needs to know the past to understand the present.
How long have you been teaching for?
This is my 4th year teaching, so
That's cool.
I don't know if I'm considered a seasoned veteran yet. I don't think so. I still feel like a new teacher. But
Do you plan to stick with history?
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely love the content I teach. Right now, teaching AP World History and United States History, this is like my sweet spot. I've taught sections of geography and I've liked it. I've taught sections of on-level world history and civilization, and I like that as well. We go a little bit before the AP time period starts, because that starts at 1200. But I really like world history and U.S. history the most. So definitely U.S. history. I've come to enjoy this a lot. So
It's a fun class.
yeah, you're in it. So I ended up doing my student teaching in a high school, and I just completely fell in love with like the high school dynamic. And I don't know. I think with older kids, you kind of get more complex topics discussed, and you see the light bulbs kind of turn on more, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you guys can kind of understand more difficult topics better. Actually, not necessarily. I've always been interested in education in different forms. So when I originally was majoring in history, I also double majored. So I majored in anthropology as well. So initially I wanted to go into like museum studies or like archives. When I was at IUN for completing my undergrad, I got to work with the Calumet Regional Archives, which is like the archives in the library at IUN. So working with like the actual documents and actual like artifacts is something that has always interested me. To go on walks or hikes. I live in Chesterton, so I go to the dunes a lot, and I like to hike there. I like to travel and hike, so I like anywhere out west, Montana, Alaska, Colorado. Any hiking trails is one of my favorite things to do. I did get into stained glass making. I kind of took a break because it's not a very functional hobby in a small place. If money wasn't a problem and time wasn't a problem, and I could go anywhere, Montana, 100%. I've been to Glacier National Park twice. I will go back again someday. It's one of my favorite places, but I would like to check out Washington next. I think would be really cool. One of the last books I read that I really liked was The Song of Achilles, which is like historical, like fiction, but still good. I'm trying to think of other favorites off the top of my head. I'm a really big fan of Jack Kerouac, any of the beat writers, so like On the Road, Dharma Bums, stuff like that. So if you haven't read those, you should. I was born in Utah, yes. I lived there for a few years, and then my dad's from Northwest Indiana. So my mom's from Utah, my dad's from Northwest Indiana. He was in the Air Force, and they met on base out there, and then they moved back to Northwest Indiana. So yeah. As of now, yeah, I've really enjoyed teaching here. I absolutely love my coworkers. I love the department I'm in. Our social studies department is phenomenal. I really enjoyed a lot of the more positive changes the school has implemented, such as like block scheduling, the no phones. I know you guys don't like that, but I feel like we're heading in a really good direction. And as Mr. Up likes to say, we're rowing the boat in the right direction. And I really do believe that. So it's been really pleasant here. My favorite part about being a slicer is just the community, like having like a very close, tight-knit support system. As a teacher, I've never taught anywhere else, so I can't say from experience, but just from my teacher friends or just other people I see in like Facebook groups that I'm a part of, not having a support system can absolutely make or break the whole teaching experience. So I'm really lucky to have that here.